Good morning, everybody. It's me, Dana. It's January 12th, and it's very, very, very early in the morning. I couldn't sleep again. I keep getting woken up. And this morning I'm being guided to do a quick recording and a reading for everyone. So, choose a color. Choose red, choose green, or choose blue. Have you got your color picked? If you chose red, this message is for you. DNA. Karma is the card that I pulled. I'll read from the guidebook. This is a new deck for me. What I'm getting from this card is to focus on me, myself, and I, and your energy, and building up your energy in your world, and focusing on yourself and expanding into new worlds. Let's see. DNA. Karma. Karma is a concept in many Eastern religions, is a Sanskrit word implying the greater universal laws of cause and effect, providing an implied code of ethics within the structure of the seemingly endless cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, samsara, which we experience throughout our lives, in many different versions. The mistaken notion about karma is that it's some kind of punishment, but it's far from that. In fact, in its purest form, it simply asserts that our conduct in this lifetime will determine our next incarnation. It has also come to mean how our behavior and actions in this lifetime create consequences in a slightly different version of the Golden Rule. We not only carry our soul's karma into this lifetime, but also embedded in the complex code of our DNA is our genetic ancestral karma. The double helix structure of DNA contains codes that have been passed down from our parents and grandparents, as well as our ancestors. Therefore, we have some of the genetic information that comes from the DNA of very early humans. In this card we see two intertwined serpents with double helixes on either side. Variations of this archetypal image exist in many cultures, both traditional and contemporary. It's a graphic representation of the most ancient ancestry we can lay claim to, our DNA, the fundamental substance of life itself that provides substantial determination of our life path. Aspects of your soul entered your primitive physical self long before you had begun to take form. While the DNA that you inherited from your biological parents has a physical component, it also has a soul pattern that you came together in the creation of you. You are predisposed to follow the karmic dictates of this patterning to some extent. Yet, as you evolve in your consciousness and expand the light of awareness, you can make choices that shift and modify this ancestral design. This is one of those times you can feel the tug of your soul that is both ancient and karma, yet you also recognize the persistent and loving communication from your higher self that contradicts the more familiar solutions before you. The choice is up to you, but know that every time you heed the guidance of your higher self, no matter what etheric or physical form it takes, human consciousness is elevated. In a sense, it becomes a choice between destiny and fate. We all have the power to change our lives any moment. The choice is up to us. We're given free will. And yes, your higher self will always, always find another choice than the so-called obvious ones that are sitting in front of you most of the time. You've got to learn to get still, get quiet, and tune in to your higher self, your higher guidance. If you chose green, the card for you is New Moon, Promise. New Moon. This book is organized slightly different than having some problems. Okay. Gazing at the silver of the new moon, smiling down upon them, the couple embraces each other, welcoming the promise of their love. The fading sun drapes the clouds and waters with its tinge of luminescence as the crescent opens its arms to the nearby planet Venus, named after the Roman goddess of love. This is a time for manifestation, beginnings, and renewal, with the promise that our desires will come to fruition. Here, Grandmother Moon initiates another lunar cycle, moving from darkness to fullness and back again over approximately 1 month. Her promise, what is to come, is embedded in the first glimmer of her light as she emerges from behind the curtain of darkness that had recently encompassed her. It is a promise that has been kept for as long as she has existed. This is the time to launch a project, a new relationship, or renew something that has been put aside for a later date. With your intention and willingness to allow a full cycle to complete itself, that which you desire will manifest. The seed of that idea is ready to emerge from the darkness of your subconscious into your full awareness. The next full step is to put into action what is required to fully realize this idea. We are very powerful and capable of manifesting some beautiful things that may have been seated deep down inside of us a long time ago. It's time to act on those seeds, on those dreams, to have them manifest into our world. A promise has two meanings. It can be a commitment and guarantee to yourself or someone else that a particular thing will happen, or it can imply that something specific is expected to happen. When your will is aligned with the will of Spirit and your intention is focused upon what you wish to have happen, there will be fulfillment and the promise is kept. Okay, now, if you chose blue, purple, final color, this card is for you. Fire, passion. You can just feel the energy in that card. Since the dawn of humankind, we've been fascinated by fire. As soon as early humans were able to make fire, it changed our lifestyle dramatically. Through its capacity to generate heat and light, fire made it possible to cook food, stay warm in cooler climates, and keep predators away at night. And of course, that huge furnace called the sun is the spark of life here on Earth, bringing not only the necessary warmth of this incredible huge ball of fire, but also the life-giving rays of light emitted by that fire. In this card, a man is enacting an ancient ancestral fire dance originating from Samoa, at one time performed to ignite the passion of warriors before battle. Fire can inspire other passions as well. We speak of being on fire or catching fire, phrases signifying that we possess an intense desire or enthusiasm for something. No wonder that passion has come to be associated with fire. What are your passions? What turns you on? What ignites that inner flame, that creative spark when you feel devoid of passion? Consider what is missing in your life. It is most likely an absence of fire in your belly, something that makes your heart beat faster and quickens. your breathing. Passion is not something that comes from outside of you, although some events and circumstances can trigger it. It is an intensity of feeling, whether quietly experienced or enthusiastically expressed. Passion can simply be a strong feeling, or the sensation itself can be so powerful that it motivates you to act. This is too often associated exclusively with sexuality, which is certainly one way of experiencing it. Yet it limits its meaning and demeans the broader possibilities. Open yourself to the truth of what you are passionate about and find a means to express it. And I think the bigger issue there is to be proud of what you're passionate about, to really learn to totally embrace all of who you are, what you love, irregardless of the good opinions of other people. It does not matter what others think. And this is the biggest fear we all have to get over. And the easier way for all of us to get over that is for most of us to put our judges' hats down. Stop judging other people with your words, with your actions, with your thoughts. Stop comparing people. Stop belittling anyone. When you're putting someone down and comparing them to anything, you're wearing a judge's hat and you're not helping anyone, especially not yourself. Happy is the real rich, and everyone on this planet deserves it. Smiles to all of you. That's the message for today. It's me, Dana.